And welcome back. New York City's Health and Hospitals Correctional Health Services announced that its Creative Arts Therapy program has conducted approximately 4,000 group sessions of individuals detained at Rikers Island. This year, they're announcing the 4th annual art exhibit entitled Myself that showcases work from participants in the Creative Arts Therapy program. Here now to tell us a little bit more is Lesley, how you pronounce it?
Achitoff.
I want to make sure I got it right.
I'm used
Achitoff
to
is the
that.
program director. And good to have you, Lesley.
Thank you.
Good.
Thank you very much.
Tell us a little bit about the Creative Arts Therapy program.
So the Creative Arts Therapy program, which has, as you mentioned, really expanded, includes groups for the patients who are receiving mental health services. So we're part of the mental health treatment team. And we supply groups that focus on poetry, art, music, and drama. And they're very well attended. They're not required, but they're very well attended. And the focus of our program is to encourage this population to be forward-thinking, gain confidence, develop some sense of hope, which is very difficult in that environment, and realize that they have wonderful personal strengths that they may not even have known about.
So if a person taps into your program, walk us through what happens for a person who just comes and joins. How does it go?
Well, we kind of collect them when we get to their area, and we usually have, we go over our group norms so that everybody's on the same page. You know, please don't take your supplies back to your bed with you, and things like that. And then we come up with a directive that's usually very goal-oriented. And it depends on where they are. So we meet them where they are. If they're very distressed about an incident that took place, we come up very quickly with a directive that will help them process that. If not, we come up with directives that just using the materials, the art materials, or the ability to record lyrics or music,
we're seeing some,
or write poetry.
Right, I'm sorry, we're seeing some on the screen right
Yes,
now.
yes.
Give us a little bit about what we're seeing.
So these are pieces that were developed specifically for this exhibit, the focus being myself, as you mentioned. And the focus is on how you see yourself, how you perceive yourself, your concern maybe with how others perceive you. And they have complete reign as far as what materials they want to use and how they want to express that, negative, positive, whatever.
And how long does the program go for?
The groups that we run are an hour each, and we try to see each area at least 3 times a week.
Wow, so in this hour, it's got to be pretty, intense.
Yeah.
Talk about the takeaway. What do you feel they take away from experiencing this?
I think, there's so many metaphors that I could mention. I mean, part of it is that we are very limited with our art materials, right? Because so much is contraband. So they learn to make something out of very little, almost nothing, which is, I think, we can all use a little of that.
Right.
And then they are being asked to kind of leave their comfort zones at times and do things that they haven't done before, which by the end of the group, what I've witnessed is that they say things like, well, I really didn't want to do this, but I'm really glad I did. Look what I learned about myself, and they'll show people, and that's how they gain insight. Or we'll have a group that focuses on their strengths. And you want more examples?
Yeah, I mean, that's a good great accomplishments.
Yeah, so then we'll give them we'll come up with a list of strengths. These lists, they've contributed to the list. And then we ask them to check off the strengths they have and the ones they wish they had. And those responses are very interesting. Like some of the teenage boys would, check off everything. And then some people check off nothing, and then other people have a better idea of who they are. And then we give them an opportunity to express the strengths that they have and acknowledge them and validate them, and also illustrate how they might, and when I say illustrate, it could be through poetry or music or anything. So then we ask them to process, well, that's the strength you want. How are you going to develop it?
Arts and therapy. Obviously, you're using art as therapy.
Yes.
It's pretty influential. It's working.
Yes.
Give us a little bit more about that, because somebody might not have recognized how much arts and therapy actually go hand in hand.
Well, part of what I'm going to explain is that all the licensed creative art therapists have a background in psychology. So in order to practice and be licensed in New York State, you have to go through a graduate program that incorporates psychology and the creative arts. So we are very tuned into how to use our modality, be it music, art, poetry, drama, to encourage people and help them to gain insight. And I have to say, when we first started on Rikers, we didn't have as much buy-in as we wanted. And we started, attending clinical meetings and having little demonstrations and in-services for the officers, just to explain to them, no, we're not coming here to finger paint, we have real goals and objectives. And we've even done groups for the staff, not deep digging groups, but just to give them an idea of what it's all about. And it's really changed things, so they really enjoy it.
So if people want more information before we go, how do they find out more information about this?
About art therapy? Go online.
Okay, that's real simple, right? Just go online. Well, thank you so much for coming to share with us. And glad,
thank you.
As we found out a little bit more about arts and therapy, particularly at Rikers Island, that a lot of great work going on. Thanks so much.
I hope people come to the show.
Yes. All righty, well,
you.
listen, you got the information at the bottom of the screen. We are taking a quick break, but we want you to stay with us because, yes, we do have more open coming up, so stay with us. We're coming right back right after this.